Good morning, everyone. My name is Ivan Anaya, and I serve as the president of Columbia Ventures here in the Mountain West. This moment is especially meaningful to me as I grew up here in Denver, and I attended Denver Public Schools, having graduated from North High School. At the time that I was at North High School, Michael actually was a part of Denver Public Schools leadership, where he helped shape, help guide the district when students like me were finding our path forward. I grew up in affordable housing, and at times my family was houseless and lived on food stamps. So when I say that the issues we're talking about today are personal, I mean it. We're gathered on the Auraria campus across the street from Ball Arena at the site of a project that represents exactly the kind of creative, community-focused solutions Colorado needs. This is a true public-private partnership. It sits on state-owned land, leased for long-term community benefit. It will deliver lasting, affordable housing governed by deed restrictions and a community benefits agreement. And it will bring new energy to this wonderful campus while tackling the Colorado paradox head-on. Phase one of this project includes 550 student beds, a classroom to career hub, and a ground floor space designed to welcome students, faculty, staff, and our city into a connected community. Phase two will include a 25,000 square foot early learning center that exists today. It has the highest rating in Colorado. Colorado shines level 5, and will be built along with 300 middle income apartments for households earning between 60 and 100% area median income. Much like Michael's vision, this project represents more than just buildings. It's about creating opportunity, reducing barriers, and making Colorado a place where students, families, and workers can thrive. That's why I'm excited about Michael's vision for tackling the Colorado paradox, not only through education, but also through housing and job creation. I've admired his leadership since my days as a North High student, when he was helping shape DPS, through his service in the U.S. Senate, and now as candidate for governor of our wonderful state. It's my honor to introduce someone who I know will bring the same focus, energy, and leadership to building a stronger future for all Coloradans. Michael Bennet.
So much. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you for coming. I want to thank you, Yvonne and Naya, for for the example that you've set with the project that we have here, that has proved to me that nothing is impossible. And I did not realize until this morning that you and I basically attended the Denver Public Schools together. And I want to say that makes this moment even more meaningful for me. So thank you very much for being here. And thank you for the example that you have set. Everywhere I go in Colorado, I hear the same story. People love our state. People love Colorado, but they aren't sure that they're going to be able to afford to stay. Parents worry that their kids may never be able to afford a home here. Young people entering the workforce struggle to find a place near their jobs. And seniors who have spent a lifetime building our communities are looking to downsize but can't. We are in a housing crisis that threatens families, communities, and our economy, and we have to address it. In many parts of Colorado, the hours a family needs to work to pay a mortgage have doubled in the last decade. This is unsustainable, and it's forcing too many Coloradans farther from where they work, tearing at the fabric of our communities. When I was the superintendent of the Denver Public Schools, I had a faculty meeting almost every single day I was the superintendent, and I almost never met a teacher who lived outside of Denver. Most of the teachers I worked with lived close to their schools, which gave them the freedom to focus on their students and their families without worrying about a long and costly commute. Today I often meet teachers all across our state who are in tears, sometimes because they were lucky enough to win a housing lottery offered by their district, but more often because they can't find housing and now face impossible choices about where to live and how to keep doing the work that they love, or whether they'll even be able to do it here in Colorado. The truth is, it's getting harder and harder for all of Colorado's workforce to afford to live here anymore. We cannot allow that to become a foregone conclusion. We have to work together, as Yvonne said, to change these outcomes, and we can. This isn't just about affordability. This is about the chance to build a future, to put down roots, to raise kids, to retire with dignity, to have the freedom to stay in the community and state that we love. We have a moral obligation to ourselves and the next generation to make Colorado affordable again. I am running for governor of Colorado to solve this challenge. I believe Colorado can be a place where families don't have to spend more than 30% of their income on housing. A place with starter homes for young people, family homes for parents raising kids, and affordable options for seniors. A place where we can build not only to meet demand, but for an affordable future, while protecting the open spaces and character that makes Colorado, Colorado. Where we stand today, as Yvonne said, shows what's possible. These two buildings will go up in 2027 on land leased from the state with support from Prop 123, the state P3 office, and private partner. One is a 12-story middle-income building with rents averaging between $1,300 and $2,700 a month. On the ground floor will be an early learning center so parents can afford to live downtown and know their kids are cared for at home. I would like to see that kind of thing all over our state. Next door, as Yvonne said, is student housing, with something I'd also love to see everywhere. A career connection center on the second floor, where students meet employers, line up internships, and start their careers without even leaving their neighborhood. And we can't afford to stop here. I'm running for governor to bring housing solutions to every community in Colorado. Here's what I plan for us to do. First, we will drive a statewide surge in home construction. Colorado faces a shortfall of roughly 106,000 units. We must build enough to keep pace with current demand, but also close the gap in supply. As governor, I will prioritize building affordable and workforce housing, backed by bold state investment and resources. I will commit to increasing the state-supported housing supply by as much as 30% by 2035. This means working with communities and home builders to reduce costs, cut red tape, and support local efforts to streamline permitting and boost density. Second, we'll bring starter homes and expand opportunities for first-time home buyers back to Colorado. We need smaller lot sizes, townhomes, duplexes, and affordable options that help renters become homeowners and free up rental units for the next people who will become homeowners someday. I'll work with banks and with employers and landlords to expand mortgage options, down payment assistance, and rent-to-own systems, creating ladders into home ownership for families all across Colorado. We'll also preserve existing affordable homes, since rehabbing existing affordable units is often the fastest and most cost-effective way to keep people in their communities. Third, we have to cut bureaucracy. We need to make building faster and easier and more predictable. We will adopt a single common application for all financing entities. One application, one process. We will centralize access to all housing funding in one place. breaking down silos, encouraging agencies to collaborate, and combining funding to accelerate production and make our resources go farther. And we will set a goal that every state-funded development breaks ground within 1 year of that award. Fourth, since 2019, construction costs in Colorado are up more than 50%. To bring costs down, I will expand low-income, low-cost financing for housing and necessary infrastructure, offer land at below market rates where it makes sense, and grow workforce pathways into construction and innovative building like Yvonne's project here. And finally, and this is very, very important, the government can't do this alone. We need to unleash the private sector to unlock billions of dollars in investment. We'll create new state financing tools and strengthen programs like Prop 123 to leverage public dollars with private capital. This challenge requires all of us, state and local government, home builders, nonprofits, philanthropy, and the private sector. And as governor, I'll bring everyone to the table to deliver results. Housing should be a foundation for opportunity in Colorado, not a barrier to it. And if we act with urgency and with vision, we can build a Colorado where every family, today and for generations to come, has an affordable place to call home. Thank you for being here, Yvonne. Thank you for showing us into the future. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions that anybody has. Yvonne is here as well to answer questions you might have. Yes.
I was just wondering, you mentioned obviously bringing down construction costs. Would you have to bring down those construction costs before you can actually work on building more of those homes that you mentioned? You were saying we want to increase affordable housing by 30%. How would those two work if construction costs are so high at the moment?
I think this is not a one-size-fits-all effort across the state, and there's no silver bullet to challenging the dilemma that so many families face. So we're trying to approach it with a comprehensive plan. Part of it is reducing costs, reducing time, cutting red tape, making public lands available at a lower cost, and that's a way of reducing costs. Part of it also, and increasing supply, and that's what we really need to do both of at the same time. This is not going to be a challenge we solve overnight, but I believe Colorado can address this challenge in a meaningful way that in the end allows every family in Colorado to know they don't have to spend more than 30% of their income on housing, and that will stabilize our economy here in Colorado. Yes.
Yeah, you talked about the single application. That, to me, kind of off the bat sounded like one of the kind of more, something that's different from the housing agenda that we already see here in the state legislature under Governor Polis. So I'm just wondering, could you speak a little bit more about that single application, what that would look like, and then also could you speak to parts of your agenda that you feel are different from what's already happening right now?
I think, first of all, I'd say that's important. Simplifying the bureaucracy everywhere where we can at the state, and working with local communities who are trying to do that as well is important. The application itself represents these different streams of funding and the need for people to go from one agency to the next to be able to finance the same project. Yvonne talked about the complicated capital stack that this project represents and the creative capital stack this represents. Our effort to get to a single forum is really an effort to bring these funding streams together. I think that's point one. Point two, I appreciate the work that the legislature and the governor have already done here, and communities all across the state have done. We need to move faster, I think, and we need to move with more of a focus, and that's what I hope to be able to bring. I also am grateful for the collaboration that went into developing this proposal. This represents the work of many people who work at the local level, elected county commissioners across the state, elected mayors across the state, developers across the state. I think there's a feeling that if we can work collaboratively collaboratively together that we can push this housing agenda faster, and that's what Colorado needs us to do.
Do you have a sense of how much money your plan would cost? The state has 1, 2, 3, which is about $300 million, but it's already too many local governments, are signing up. So how much money do you think should be devoted to this?
I think that this is the number one priority in Colorado, and we obviously are going to be facing a challenging budget environment. That there's no doubt that's true. But if I'm elected governor, this housing project will be at the top of my list as a priority to fund. I also think we can use the state balance sheet in a much more creative way than it's being used today to be able to backstop these projects and provide the lower financing costs that are so necessary to getting the kind of workforce housing project that Yvonne is building here done without actually coming out of pocket at the state. I think that will ultimately become the most meaningful way that the state participates from a fiscal point of view.
But is there like a amount of money you think needs to be devoted to accomplish your agenda?
I would put it a different way, which is that Colorado's agenda is to get to a point where people don't have to spend more than 30% of their income on housing. That's going to take billions of dollars from the private sector and from Colorado to be able to achieve that. If we keep on the path that we're on today, our families will be priced out of this state. Our companies will be priced out of the state. Our kids will be priced out of the state, and that's why I think this has to be our number one priority.
Just had another question too. I read for a lot of the mountain papers, Aspen, Summit, Vail. Over the last couple of years, they've had a different stance on the housing issue as it's been debated at the state legislature. A lot of the land use reform and efforts to boost supply were pretty opposed on the Western Slope because they have some unique challenges. They call for more kind of affordability measures like deed restrictions and kind of protecting existing housing as opposed to just building more housing. I'm just wondering if you have a perspective on that, if you've talked to any local leaders in resort areas about.
I've spent much of this policy was written in collaboration with people in those resort areas. I'm well aware of what they're doing, and I strongly support what they're doing. One tool is not going to get us there, and a one-size-fits-all effort is not going to get us there. I think a spirit of collaboration between the governor's office, the legislature, and our county commissioners, and our mayors, and our development community is what Colorado needs. And frankly, it's the only way we're going to be able to deliver progress. When I think about the effect of housing in places like the Summit County, where I was this weekend, or the Roaring Fork Valley, where I've spent a lot of time over the years talking about housing, I'm very sensitive to the idea that they don't want the same efforts that we might need in Denver to be employed in their communities. And I'm sensitive to that because I think the character of all these communities are different. I think the nature of the challenges are different. What Colorado is demanding is that we figure out a way to make this state affordable again from a housing perspective, and that's going to take all of us to do it.
If we're talking about building new affordable housing, is there any part of your plan that ensures that people who already live in a place they love, or they're getting priced out of that they can somehow stay in the place they love versus moving to that new affordable housing?
I think the place what we have now is a situation where there are a lot of people that might want to move from their housing but can't move from it because they are locked into the housing that they have, partly because of the high interest rate environment that we have here in Colorado. We can't fix that problem from Colorado, but I do think that if we build more supply, that in general, that's going to help everybody. It's going to give people over time the chance to migrate, seniors to migrate over larger housing into smaller housing that might be more appropriate for their time of life. It's going to give folks that are just starting out the opportunity to buy new housing. We're in a moment now, I think, in Colorado and across the country where people are stuck where they are and can't make economic progress. I think this plan, in its comprehensive nature, speaks to that and will unleash the ability of people to make decisions that make more economic sense for themselves and their families.
Could your plan include any collaboration with the federal government? And then what would be your expectation about federal resources coming to support your plan?
I think that we will take any help that we can get in terms of federal tax credits and other kinds of sources of funding that exist, but I don't think there's anybody riding to Colorado's rescue. Colorado is going to have to take this challenge on, and Colorado, I believe, will succeed at this challenge. I think there is no state in America that is better situated than Colorado to be able to deal with this housing challenge and to reduce the affordability challenges that families are facing. And I'm really optimistic about our ability to make progress.
One more.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, one more mountain-specific question I just have to ask. Do you have any views on short-term rentals or second homes? I mean, that's a huge issue. On
Yeah,
Western Slope.
my view is that everything should be on the table. That's my view.
But there's no statewide policy for any of those things right now. Like, would you be in favor of
I believe everything should be on the table. I think we should look at every tool that's available to communities to be able to make a difference on what I described again as the most serious challenge that Colorado is facing. I mean, most broadly speaking, I think we're facing a significant affordability challenge. People cannot afford to live in Colorado anymore. They are desperately worried that their kids will not be able to afford to live here, that their grandkids will not be able to afford to live here. We have to address that, and I think the way to address it is by inviting solutions to this comprehensive plan, not by rejecting them. So I will not draw any lines, and I look forward to working with the legislature, with the county commissioners, with the development community across our state to develop the comprehensive approach that we need. And we need it. This is not nice to have. This is essential for the future of the state of Colorado. And by the way, we can't put it off one more day. This was urgent 10 years ago. And today it is a crisis for Colorado, and we have to address it, and we can. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.